Hi. Hello. Oh. Oh, hello. Hi. There we go. Hi. We have audio. Okay. Do we still have audio? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Hi, everybody. Noah Game here, and welcome to my channel in my live kitchen show. We're gonna adjust the camera here just a little bit. So, thanks for coming by. Hi, everybody. Wow, so I have headphones on today because I forgot to charge my little Bluetooth earbuds. But I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July. Woo! So when I was prepping for today's stream, I completely forgot that the 4th of July falls on a Saturday. So happy Sunday, everybody. And we're in the middle of the day today. So it feels a little bit different. But today, we are making pasta pesto. Now, pesto has been something I've always been kind of afraid of. I think it's just because it was green. And so like whenever like an opportunity arose for me to like try pesto, I've always been like, oh, green, and very like put off by it. So I've never actually tried pesto. So this might be an interesting like experiment in making something where I don't know what the final result is supposed to be like, but we're gonna try our best. I've watched like probably a dozen videos or so, and I'm going to loosely follow a recipe from loveandlemons.com. And the recipe and descriptions are going to be down in the description. Hopefully it turns out. But let's get started. So the plan is we're going to make this pesto. We're going to put it on some spaghetti. And then I also bought this, technically it's a French loaf. And we're gonna make some little like garlic toast with it. And so we can have some spaghetti basil pesto with some little garlic toast and have a good time. Okay, so the first thing, actually, let's get an oven going, and let's get water going. So the first thing we need to do is wash our basil. So I bought 2 things of basil here. I don't know if it's going to be enough or too much, not enough. I don't know. But let's grab a colander here and open up our basil, because we need to wash it. And some of this basil doesn't look very happy. Oh, it smells amazing. Which is another reason why we're doing this today. Because I thought about waiting a week and doing this next week. But I don't think the basil would have survived if we waited till next week to do this. Oh, also, I thought about live streaming the 4th of July festival festivities like I did last year. However, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it rained, and so it would have been like hours of not much happening because it rained. So unfortunately, a lot of the activities got cut short, which is a little bit unfortunate. But the rain did stop in time for the fireworks. So that was good. So what I'm doing here now that we have our basil washed, I'm just ripping off the leaves here because we don't want the stems. And some of these leaves don't look very happy, so we're not gonna use the non-happy leaves. Happy, happy, happy! And we are just going to dry them off in a paper towel. Okay, most good. Part of that leaf isn't very happy. But if hopefully everybody else's 4th of July went smoothly. We had pizza and some nachos and watched the fireworks. Actually, I'm really glad I bought 2 things of this basil because it's not looking very happy. Maybe I should be a little bit less picky on the basil that I'm rejecting. That one's really ugly. Actually, that whole bunch is pretty ugly. Yeah, I don't think this basil would have lasted another week, which is very unfortunate. Also, is there like a basil shortage? I had to go to like not three, that's a little excessive. Like 2 different stores to find basil, like fresh basil like this. Like a lot of places have, you know, the dried basil seasoning that comes in like the little shaker container. Like places have that, but to get like fresh basil like this, and I mean it's in season, it's summertime, so why or do people not have basil right now? Okay, so we have our basil. We don't have as much as I would have hoped, but we're just going to, oh no, I got water all over the counter, give me a moment. Actually, let's do this. And I'm just gonna try to get the excess water off of our basil. Off of our basil. Okay, Coolio. Let's see what Jeff wants to do with the rest of it. Okay, now I think there is a certain order we need to do this in. Let's consult the recipe. So in a food processor, combine the pine nuts, lemon juice, garlic, salt, pepper, and Parmesan sauce. Okay, so we're not processing the basil yet. So I have my little food processor here that I don't know if you guys seen me use before, but I use like all the time, that we actually got from a thrift store up north from one of my dad's friends thrift store, who specializes in like gems and rocks and stuff, which my mother is really into. And so actually I wonder if that's how they became friends, because my parents are actually a part of this like rock group. Not rock music, but like rocks as in like gemstones, like granite and agate. My mother's really into agate, and so they joined this like group online, and I wonder if that's where they met. Really surprising. But she has this really beautiful store, and half of it is dedicated to these like stones and gems, and some of them are carved and shaped. And actually there was a lot of like really beautiful like large marble like spheres that were made out of different stones and polish, and they were really cool to look at. But the other half of the store was a thrift store, and that's where I got this. And I think I paid like probably a couple bucks for it, so it was a pretty good deal. Okay, now I forgot what I was doing. So we want to combine the pine nuts, lemon juice, garlic, salt, and pepper. Oh, so let's deal with the lemon juice. So let's actually set this aside, because we need to juice a lemon. Where did my lemon go? Here is my lemon. And I'm just gonna juice this whole thing, even though we're not gonna use this whole thing. But it will get used in different ways. That's the juicer. You can even see. Juice, juice, juice on lemon. Actually, we should do a little bit of math here. And figure out if we should have this recipe because of our basil situation. So we need 2 cups of basil leaves, and I think we only have yeah, that's only a cup. We only have like a cup of basil leaves. So that's okay. So that means we need to half our recipe a little bit. But first, okay, so we need to depulp lemon juice. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to half the recipe, and we're going to taste as we go, and we're going to do some adjustments because I only have a cup of basil leaves, and so that's, we can't add more basil leaves to adjust for that. But we can add everything else. So I have enough of everything else. So we need the pine nuts, lemon juice, garlic, salt, and pepper. So we need a 1/4 cup of pine nuts. Here's a little pocket kit. Look at this little jar of pine nuts, and oh my god, are pine nuts expensive? I don't even know what pine nuts are. I'm gonna try one. It tastes like a sunflower seed. Okay, I know that I was reading a few recipes and they said you can like use other things, like other nuts, because pine nuts are so expensive. And maybe I should have listened to that. However, you know, we're trying to keep this very, maybe traditional might be the wrong word, but very classic, because I don't know how to, or what to adjust to make it different. And because I've never had pesto before, so I wanted to make just like a classic pesto. We have our spaghetti going in along the liver. Actually, I shouldn't have put that in yet. Oops. Actually, you know what? Actually, no. We're just going to continue. Okay, so our pine nuts. One tablespoon of lemon juice. And our garlic. No, it's a little bit more of a clove, but it's okay. Okay, no, I forgot. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then we are going to put in our basil. Oh, actually this week worked out really well because I do have a smaller food processor. I think this smaller amount worked out great. Okay. there. See if I can get you. And actually, let's do a little olive oil. And actually, we need to pause temporarily for a moment because we need to get this bread in the oven so it can get done at the same time as the spaghetti. So we're being a little chaotic. We're gonna shift for one moment here as we quickly butter some bread, because that's gonna take about 5 minutes in the oven. Oh, look at my new liners, you guys. I have been complaining on almost like every video about having to line these pans with parchment paper and wanting to get these silicone liners. Hold on, wait a second. And I finally got them. I'm just going to try to squeeze as much as we can these trays. However, there are so many different liners, it's insane, and they keep getting mixed reviews. And so you just gotta kind of like pick one and commit to it and cross your fingers that it's of decent quality. And so this is my first time trying them out. So hopefully they work out. I've seen some people have negative experience with them, with these mats in Pacific. But okay, let's see what pesto is doing. Sorry, I'm like, so many things going on, and I didn't really think about the timing of this really well. Because I didn't know how fast the pesto came together. Super fast. Okay, so right now, what I'm doing is I'm just brushing on some melted butter onto these bread pieces. These slices of French loaf. And then we're just going to top it with some garlic powder, and some salt. And then we're just going to shove it in the oven for about 5 minutes and call it a day. Okay, did I not melt enough butter? No, not really, but close enough. Close enough? Close enough? Close enough? Garlic powder. A little bit of salt. Okay, great. Shove that in the oven. And actually, I'm going to set a timer here for 5 minutes. Okay, back to our pesto. Okay, looking a little chunky. Drizzle some more olive oil. Okay, cool. So I don't know what to expect when tasting this. We're going to add some cheese. Okay. That's pesto. And I'm going to make sure to save some pasta water. I'm going to stir in the pasta. We're going to toss it in a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so we have a cold pan here. And I'm going to take some spaghetti. We have some spaghetti. We have some of our pesto. It's a little chunky. That is okay. They can be a little chunky monkeys. And we're gonna add just a splash pasta water. Oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna give it a stir. Give it a little here. Give it a stir. In a cold pan. And that's our timer for the bread. How's our bread doing? Oh, bread is doing great. Let's bring this spot to put the bread. Need to move for a little bit. Okay, I think we're doing good. So let's grab a plate. And I'm gonna grab some of these little garlic pieces, garlic bread pieces, and we are going to spread a little bit of the pesto on there too, and see how that goes. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of extra cheese, extra Parmesan. Oh, it's so fragrant. But here is our spaghetti pesto. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's so much flavor. But that pesto really hits you in the face. Like, pow, pesto. It's wonderful. Very fresh. Very bright. Let's try this some toast with our pesto sauce on it. That's even better. Using the pesto as a topping for the toast pieces. Wonderful. Oh, that's so good, you guys. I'm gonna grab a napkin. But that came together really easily. I think the hardest part about making pesto was getting the ingredients together. I had to go to 2 different stores to get these ingredients. Actually, 3 different stores, correction, to get these ingredients because the pine nuts were hard to find, and for some reason the basil was hard to find, and then I had to go to a different store to get the Parmesan, the block of Parmesan. However, that's not hard to find. Every store has that. That's because that was the store I like to go to get my cheese. But you guys, my name's Noah Game. Thanks for watching. This has been Pasta Pesto, and we will see you guys next week, Saturday, 6 o'clock with another recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye!